Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Political Machine. 2016 or 2015, whatever way you want to say it, whatever way you look at it, we are doing pretty darned well, if I do say so myself. But that is not a reason to get complacent. We absolutely just cannot say, hey, we're in a great position, we're going to be fine. There's still a lot that we can do to potentially win it, although we have secured a whole bunch of really, really important states around this sort of, central eastern seaboard, I guess, perhaps. How are we doing in Maryland? Maryland, we're not doing badly, actually. My opponent's running mate for VP, or, would be VP if he wins the election, or she wins the election, should I say. He's raising awareness in the state of Maryland, and we are countering him by also placing our running mate in the state of Maryland to boost awareness. Now, what else can we really do? Well, we just need to make sure that we absolutely secure Florida, and Florida is going to be... It's going to be tooth and nail to actually see who wins it. Like, it's going to be very, very close. Like, the more political whatchamaduda we get, political whatchamaduda, that's a technical term, by the way, the more political capital that we get, we will be sticking it pretty much all into Florida, because this is where it's at, ladies and gents. Florida is very, very important for us, and we cannot afford to let that opportunity go by. There we go. I was wondering why your bobbly head wasn't looking at me. I was a bit confused for a second there, but hey ho, that's okay. So we're definitely in a good place in sort of terms of California. Very, very important to see that we're winning there, but also Ohio. Ohio has very, very strong significance, as I think Ohio genuinely, or generally, should I say, votes for the winning presidential candidate. So traditionally, for the last 20 years or something, the result of the presidential election has been predicted by the way in which Ohio actually votes, which is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the situation that we're in. Pennsylvania is another place that we sort of need to lock down, but I suppose we're locking it down in some way by raising our awareness in Pennsylvania, thanks to our running mate increasing our awareness by 1.5% each turn, thanks to it being an adjacent state to Maryland, I suppose. Oregon, are we in with a chance of winning? Yes, we are indeed. Washington, we're also in with a chance of winning. That's great. We're honestly in a very, very strong position, but once again, we cannot get complacent. In fact, you know what? Let's probably fly all the way back to Florida and just try and probably create an ad campaign, actually. I think that's probably something that would be of interest to people. Social Security. I am known for Social Security, and everybody wants some Social Security in the state of Florida. So let's create some ads. Let's create some TV ads all about Social Security. And is it worth creating more ads? Is it worth? Opponent opposes Social Security. You know what? I think it might actually be worth doing this. Attacks the Fiorina record in Social Security. I still haven't worked out how to say her name. It's darned annoying, but hey ho. You know what? Fingers crossed that actually gives us the leg up, so to speak. But wow, Florida is really, really freaking crammed, if you ask me. I'm going to fundraise a little bit here. We might as well take this opportunity. State's quite wealthy, and we'll get a fair amount of cash. And also, it looks like by just doing those TV ads, it looks like our position nationally has been improved, because people will recognize with TV ads, as you can see. I can't show you an example right now, but it increases our position on the issue, and it also takes away from the fact that she thinks Social Security is a bad thing, and typically the more democratic states think that Social Security is a good thing. So there we go. Let's go to the next turn. New HQ, and there's an advert supporting Israel. That's cool. And polls bring heartache to one-time leader Fiorina. I don't even know how to say her name. Like, how embarrassing is that? I really don't. But what's more worrying is that we're really not winning here, and we really should be. Can we get some political capital, I guess? Media bias, plus 10 points. Interviews become more effective. I don't really care about that. I'll take a speechwriter, perhaps, though. We don't really need a consultant, I'm afraid. A spin doctor? You know what? We might actually take a spin doctor just to go in this state to increase our issue awareness by 15% each week. That's something that I'm sort of interested in doing. But I think we really, really need to take this turn to just say, hey, let's do something crazy here. Alternatively, right, we could actually just build up our HQ. It gives us political clout, which is not really what we want, I suppose, and it would give us the awareness bonus once again, which we don't really need because we're at 100% awareness in this state for both me and my opponent anyway, so pretty unnecessary here, but hey-ho. Oh, she's got increases awareness in state by 1%. That's useless. That's absolutely useless. I mean, we're already at full awareness levels, so I'm fine with that. But I think giving a speech is something that we should probably do. So Social Security, once again, is really very, very high on the agenda, and my opponent looks very, very bad. Supporting Israel. You know what? I'm gonna create an ad supporting Israel. TV ad. Now, that may have just swung things. Was that? I think that's actually good for us. I mean, there may be some states that disagree with me sort of supporting Israel, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay with that. What do you do? Increase awareness by 1%. We don't really need you around, to be honest. I guess we'll go and stick you over here. Yeah, I mean, we might. There's no real point in keeping this dude, this political operative or whatever, in Colorado. It's just not necessary. Just not necessary. I mean, we're never going to win it anyway, even with the increased amount of awareness that we get. But hey ho, we gave a speech, I think. Yeah, no, we created ads on supporting Israel. That's cool. We need to actually fight intelligently this Florida election, so we're going to be spending a lot of time and money in here. Now, repealing Obamacare, we are not so good at, so we don't want to talk about that. Reducing unemployment, really, really in favor. Tax cuts, Democrats really aren't in favor of tax cuts. And gay marriage is something that Republicans don't really like. So where we can get a leg up, we absolutely must try and do so. So supporting Israel really needs to be a prime focus for us. Is this an opportunity for a speech? I think this actually might be an opportunity for a speech. We'll do it. Obviously, not going to change much, unfortunately, purely due to the matter of this area is so darn packed out with shit anyway. Like, we're both on 100% awareness. We're very, very close. It's neck and neck in Florida. Like, I don't know if we can actually win without getting Florida. I simply don't know if we can. Travel to Oklahoma. Get a little bit of an awareness boost. And then, where do we want to travel? Travel to Wisconsin for a little bit, you know, just waste up a little bit more cash and a little bit more of our stamina. Now, she might just choose to try and, you know, put all her eggs in one basket and try and go for Florida. And to a degree, I think that we've done that too, right? I think we've done that too. But at the same time, I'm not actually too worried. Let's stick you. Can we move you around? Oh no, we can't move you. Yeah, no, at the same time, I'm not actually really that worried about the fact that we've dedicated so many resources to Florida, because we're still in a good position anyway. You know, we're not in a position that is worth sniffing at. And while she is dedicating more resources, hopefully my ground team will be able to pretty much handle all of the stuff that she's doing. I mean, I've got 3 television ad campaigns. She's got 3 ground ad campaigns and 1 television campaign. So we're pretty much neck and neck, except I've got 3 TV campaigns, which are a little bit more prevalent, to be honest. If I could get 1 more TV campaign supporting Israel, or about supporting Israel, should I say, then that would probably pretty much secure Florida. But we don't have to do that on this turn. I mean, we can wait until our cash is charged up a little bit so we can actually pay for it. But in the meantime, let's take this opportunity, right, to fly around and you know, secure some more states a little bit. Because in fairness, I think it's not Florida, right? It's not Florida that is gonna define the election. I mean, it's gonna be important, no doubt about that. But it's still gonna be important to make sure that we go around other states. Now, I don't know why she's trying to go for Illinois, because she's not gonna get it. She's just not gonna get it. I mean, look at the percentage of voters that are naturally Democratic in comparison to percentage of the voters that are naturally Republican. I just don't think she's got a chance of getting it. Wisconsin is going to be slightly more challenging, I suppose. I suppose we'll talk about state unions, perhaps. maybe. There we go, plus 3%. That's good. That's pretty much secured this state, I think, which is kind of nice. And if we fly over here, and if we give another speech about something that is important around here, maybe... What are we leading on? I guess farm subsidies. I'm in favor of farm subsidies. Like, I've already addressed that in an earlier interview. I favor farm subsidies. That'll probably win us a little bit of respect. Make it a little bit more blue, which is exactly what we want to see. And we'll head on over to the next turn and get a little bit more cash and whatnot. And I'm not okay with her actually doing that. PR consultant. Cool. Yeah, I'm not really okay with her just swanning around here and trying to win over states that should be mine. They absolutely should be mine. But alas, you know, hey ho, sometimes shit happens. I mean, she's not really concentrating on Florida anymore, but she's not exactly winning in Florida anymore. She's really very, very in favor of supporting Israel, which is really good, but we just need to bleat on more about how she's not in favor of Social Security. There's a lot of stuff that we need to do, but we just haven't done yet. I think that's fair. Let's go to Mississippi. We'll do a speech or two in Mississippi. What's important in Mississippi? Deficit reduction, I guess. Securing the borders. Not very popular with Democrats. I mean, winning in Mississippi is going to be an uphill battle, right? But, we've got a higher amount of awareness, which is kind of nice. So, why don't we transfer you over here? Because we're actually in with a chance of winning Mississippi. We'll give a speech on deficit reduction. It's not the craziest speech in the world, but it might actually, yeah, you see that? Might actually swing it in the way of Mississippi. Now, if Carly indeed decides to travel down to Mississippi, then we would be in a little bit of bother, I'm afraid. We would be in a little bit of bother, but fingers crossed she doesn't actually choose to do that. In Alabama, we are winning, I think, primarily because of the fact that we've got a way, way higher awareness than she does. Like, she just hasn't managed to compete with the amount of awareness that we're putting out. I mean, we're not going to win Georgia. Let's face it, we're absolutely not going to win Georgia. I don't think we are, unfortunately. But we're in with a chance of winning Alabama. I mean, look at that. 48% of voters are Republican natively, and we're actually winning the vote, which is kind of crazy. That's really, really good to see. Let's fly back to Florida, and let's... I could create some ads. Yeah, I could create some ads. Let's do it. Let's say... What were we going to do ads on? Was it supporting Israel? I think it was supporting Israel. I think it was supporting Israel. Yeah, that's just... We're not doing as well as we could be in comparison with our opponent. You know what I mean? So, I think some ads on supporting Israel, I think, would be very, very good. Unless we've done that already. I don't think we have. I mean, deficit reduction, Social Security. No, we haven't. Let's create some ads. Let's create some ads. What was it going to be? Yeah, there we go. Okay, supporting Israel. Everybody's in favor of it. Fingers crossed that actually makes a little bit of a difference. Now, where is it? I can't even see it. Oh, shit, it's only a ground ad. Oh, who gives a shit anyway? That's fine. I'm okay with this. Where do we want to go to next? South Carolina. Probably not in with a chance of winning South Carolina, if I'm completely honest with you. Pennsylvania is pretty much all guaranteed, actually. I mean, we are going to win it. It's just a matter of when. I mean, we've got pretty much the same awareness. I don't know why we're not doing worse in Pennsylvania, but whatever. Let's fly up to Michigan. Oh, we don't have enough stamina even. But we'll... Oh, shit. Shit. That is secured. Secured in Georgia. Not bad. Missouri. Both got high awareness levels there. Or sort of ish high awareness levels. Not very high awareness levels. But, you know, just checking the sort of fringe states. We're in with a chance of winning a good few. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm just worried about Michigan and the fact that she could do something a little bit sneaky in Michigan. Let's create those ads that I was talking about. I mean, it's a little bit annoying that we're going to have to do it all again, but fuck it, let's do it. There we go. Wow, that managed to really tighten up a whole bunch of areas. Those national TV ads really fucking help. And that, fingers crossed. fingers crossed, is going to help us secure Florida, which is really, really important. And we're still making 79 grand a week, which is not bad at all. Let's fly over to Michigan and let's give a couple of speeches in Michigan. Now, what is important in Michigan? Strong military. Nothing which I'm really renowned for. There's not very much at all that I can speak well on here. I mean, student loan reform? I guess. I mean, student loan reform? Maybe? 2%? That's not bad. Unfortunately, due to her HQ here, she's going to have access to the top 10 issues, which means she can talk on a whole bunch more stuff than I can. And it also means, unfortunately, that she's going to get that awareness bonus, which is really going to be, I don't want to say costly, but it could hurt a little bit. Oh well. You know what? We'll live with it. We're just going to end the turn right here, because we're not going to have enough cash to actually travel, I don't think. Yeah, didn't think so. That's okay. Next turn. And the good thing about the current situation that we're in is the fact that our HQ, or pretty much our... Where's our big HQ? Is it in California? It is indeed in California. No, it's not in California. Where's our big HQ? I thought we upgraded to a tier 3 HQ. Ah, here we go. Yes, it is indeed in here. The Webb election headquarters in Kentucky. Wow, look at that. 61%. 100% of voters know about us, and 25% of your know about your opponent. So, wow, 61% in Kentucky. Now, this is a close state, like in terms of native voters. So, I'm very, very impressed that we've got a 61% rating there. That's very, very good indeed. I'm pretty chuffed with that, to be honest. Are we still going to win Missouri? Probably indeed. Black Lives Matter is very, very important in Missouri. So perhaps if we can go and do a leaflet or something over in Missouri, then we'd be in a better position to, or perhaps even a speech. Maybe just a speech will do it. Black Lives Matter. Let's do it. Let's do a speech on that. There we go. Plus 30%. Secure the state by any means necessary, so to speak. And we'll continue on our campaign around the country. Now, what is that up there? Halves cost of ad creation in the target state. I think, in fairness, right? In fairness, you probably should be sending your ad creation dude down here, where you are probably going to create more ads in the future. But hey ho, what do I know? I don't know anything. Maybe go to New Mexico, do something a little bit sneaky in New Mexico, maybe Oregon, maybe Washington. Not really, you know, everything is ticking over quite well, to be honest. Like, at this rate, we're going to win an absolute shit ton of electoral votes, right? An absolute metric shit ton, which is really, really nice to see. But we're also in a really, really good position to win the popular vote as well. So we're going to get way more than her in terms of the popular vote. Now, it's worth noting that we're actually fairly even on terms of money, in money terms. So that's kind of nice to see. I don't understand why these are such important issues, like gay marriage and abortion rights. Like, oh, in the game, I mean. Because we've barely spoken on any of them. We've barely spoken on any of them at all. Like, I'm sorry, but you should probably move Ben Carson, your running mate, to somewhere else so that you can at least get that awareness bonus. Because you're not going to fucking win in Maryland. You're not going to win, man. You're not going to win. So, that seems a little bit dumb, but whatever. It's the sad reality of the situation. Are we in with a chance of winning Alabama? Not really. Nobody really likes our issues, in fairness. But I think we're sort of just heading into the process of locking down states, right? If that makes sense. You know, we just need to turn them into solidly blue states. And that's something that I think is going to be difficult, but it's not going to be the craziest thing to do in the world. Now, let's go to Massachusetts. Let's create an ad campaign. The reason that we're going to create this ad campaign is just to offset her awareness bonus. Because, I mean, if you look at her awareness bonus here, it's actually, she's got a much higher awareness level than I do. Even though this is a majorly democratic state, we're going to do a little leaflet on reducing unemployment. Here we go. Not enough cash. What? I thought we only needed 30 grand. Oh, it was 50 grand. Cool. My bad. Yeah. we want to offset that awareness bonus, and we'll probably just actually wait here until the next turn. We will indeed wait until the next turn. Okay. There is a couple of adverts coming out in the Keystone Pipeline. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Keystone Pipeline is important to some states around this central sort of area. Yeah, so I think the Keystone Pipeline, roughly in terms of whatever you call it. Now, there's currently an existing oil pipeline that goes from Canada up and then down. I think the Keystone Pipeline is the idea that it goes this way, like diagonally, and it cuts off the awkward corner. So I think that's why the Keystone Pipeline is so important to these states around here. You know, because of oil revenue and whatnot, and the fact that these are naturally the oil producers. But anyway, ladies and gents, we're going to be continuing in the next episode with some more of The Political Machine 2016, or 2016, however you want to say it. My name, of course, has been Over the Potato, and I'll see you next time. Bye.